G'day folks, Ozzy back with another video. Hope everyone's having a great day. Thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Today we are going to do something slightly different. We will still be breaking down XRP this time round in Crypto Accelerator, but I'll be showing you why we would and how we would choose an asset to build a plan around. Normally I jump straight into Crypto Accelerator and we just break down a plan straight away based on an asset. But I thought I would show you the thought process behind the idea of crypto compare, how you compare it against assets that you're thinking about investing in, deciding which one has the better potential return, and then build a plan around that. And the reason I looked at XRP is there's a lot of information out there about it right now because of the Ripple win over the SEC. Well, you know, their win as far as XRP not being declared a security. Like, it is the only asset that is in the cryptocurrency market that, as digital asset investor points out, has real clarity. It is not a security, and that is law. Where Bitcoin and Ethereum and a host of others that are considered commodities are really only personal opinions, and the law hasn't tested that yet. So new investors coming in that are concerned about that sort of thing will have a lot of interest about XRP. There's no doubt about that. And so I played around with the charts, looking at it this morning and thinking, okay, where could it potentially go if you're new in the market? Have you really missed the train, or is this a train that is going to be constantly moving? And so I've got what I would call the macro chart up. It's the monthly chart. So each candle is 1 month. And even just glancing at it, you don't need to be really a TA expert. You can see there have been times when XRP has rocketed to the moon, come back down, gone up again, come back down. But one thing I found very interesting, and I've been following this trend line, this blue trend line, for about 3 or 4 years now. In total, I've taken it back. Is it 6.5 years now? Yeah, 6.5 years to April, May of 2017. And if you notice, that blue trend line has acted as really a support area for XRP over that last 6.5 years. If you had at any time purchased when it hit that blue line or dipped below the blue line, which it has done, it's wicked down, definitely wicked down below that blue line. But I would say, like, it visits below the blue line, but it lives above the blue line. So if you had purchased XRP at any time along that blue trend line, even from 6.5 years ago to where it is currently, not even at the current price, I think I measured it below when we were at that 55 range, you would have been up 2,800%. That's pretty impressive for an investment hugging a lower area of that trend line. So I'm not even talking about the high points. So you still, if you had to just, bought $1,000 worth, put it away, and then looked at it again a month ago, you still would have been up 2,800% just following that blue trend line. And there's no reason, if you say, well, we've got 6.5 years worth of data right here in front of us, there's no reason to expect that over the next 6.5 years, it's going to drop below that blue line. Like, again, it may visit below it, it may wick down below it like it has done before, but for 98% of the time, it has lived above that blue line, that blue trend line. And if it keeps on going that way for the next 6.5 years and nothing changes, it'll rocket up with the bull cycles, it'll come back down with the bear cycles. You'll see XRP living at around about that dollar mark in 6.5 years. So even if you FOMO'd in now and said, well, I'm going to buy it at current prices of 73 cents, in 6.5 years, you're still going to be up. You'll still be up that, whatever percentage from 6.5 years ago. So it'll be over 10 years by then. You're going to be up nearly 6,000%. You'll be up another 2,800 from this point. So I don't think necessarily the train has left the station. I think this is a train that it's a profit train that is going to keep going for years into the future. It's a blue chip crypto asset that should be invested in as long as you buy at that blue trend line. When it gets to a point that, unless you're a trader, of course, you could buy now at the 70, and we'll do this. We're going to run this as one of our plans to show you how Crypto Compare and the Crypto Accelerator Tool work together hand in hand. You'll see there's still profit there. There's no doubt about it. But buying at that blue trend line, I tell you what, that's where you really, really will make money. Another interesting thing I looked at was if you go all the way back again to April, May of 2017, you can see we had this little pump right up. This is when we lived in the cent range, and our high was kind of that 20 cent to 30 cent area. We wicked up, came back down. We spent 6 months? Yeah, 6 months consolidating, and then we shot up. We really rocketed. I think XRP went up like 33,000%, something like that. Came back down, and even as it came back down through the COVID drama, we wicked below the blue line, but we came back and we lived above it. Then if we look at this circle with number 2 on it, we can see again that we shot up, and Blockchain Backer talks about this, how, what is it, the unicorns, the magic fairy dust, whatever you want to call it, being the SEC at the time, came in and sued Ripple. That's what shot us back down. But even though we wicked below the blue, we still came back up and lived above it. I believe that if the SEC didn't come in and sue Ripple, we would have done the exact same thing, well, close to the exact same thing, time being the only difference here. We would have done the same thing over here at number 1, where we shot up, we consolidated for a few months. If you look at number 2, we shot up. We would have consolidated for a few months, and even though the SEC still sued Ripple, which took XRP off the exchanges, so liquidity was down and the availability for the US market to invest in XRP was no longer available, it still shot up, it still took off, not as high as it would have gone for sure, just because of the availability for XRP wasn't there. And now if we go further over to where we are today, we're doing almost the same thing. We've shot up, got up to that 70, well, we actually got up further, up to nearly 94 cents. We shot up, previously we got up to that 59 cent region. Then we've been consolidating, and now we've blasted off again. Now, who knows what's going to happen over the next 2 weeks to a couple of months, but it would seem to indicate that we're looking at a very, very positive time for XRP. We're looking at being the only asset with true clarity. We could see a monster run in XRP. Now, I'm not saying we're going to. I'm thinking that possibly we could look at maybe a Rocktober being the time for XRP, but there's nothing to say that based on the number 1 circle, then number 2, that this could be it right here. Now, we might play around for the next couple of weeks going up and down, but for the monthly candle, I wouldn't be surprised if we punch right past that dollar range. Getting back to my little blue trend line here, and I know a lot of people don't like trend lines, and I use them just as a tool. It's just another tool on TradingView that you use like any other tool. So even on the weekly, if you look at that blue trend line, you can see there have been times when we wick below it, but XRP lives above that blue trend line. And like I said before, on the monthly chart, there's no reason to think that XRP won't continue to live above that blue trend line going into the future, which means it's a solid investment. It is definitely a blue chip investment. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that on the charts. I thought it was really interesting. And while let's call it the bullet train has left the station, that means if you purchased in the teens, if you purchased XRP in the teens and the 20 cent region, which a lot of us did, and even say that low 30s, I think that train has left the station for sure. But if you're looking for a blue chip that has security now, that is secure, then, and is not a security in the eyes of the US legal system, obviously XRP has to be considered. And I think a lot of people are going to consider it. A lot of exchanges that didn't have it before will list it. And when it finally goes on PayPal, which it will for sure, and Robinhood, eToro, even though I don't like those platforms, but the retail market has access to those platforms, and you just click that buy button, that will accelerate XRP through past the moon and heading to Elon's planet Mars. But what we'll do now is, whether you know technical analysis or you don't know technical analysis, maybe you've heard about XRP and you're like, I want to invest in it. I don't know about that TA stuff. It all seems like voodoo to me, and which I still consider it to be a little bit of technical analysis voodoo. And you want to invest in XRP. This is why, and this is a methodology as to why I built the Crypto Compare tool and the Crypto Accelerator tool. It was all about, okay, if I want to look at an asset, I want to do it quickly, and I want to evaluate in the market, because the cryptocurrency market is very dynamic, moves fast. I need a tool that I can compare assets quickly, pick one that is the winner out of these assets, then go build a plan around it. So that's what we're going to do now. So this is a fictitious scenario I've just built up in my head just to show you as an example. So we've got an amount of 3,500 that we've decided that we're going to invest in an asset that we see as being the best asset with the highest return on investment for where the market is currently right now. Because I'm pretending that someone has come into the market today, so they can't go back in time. I bet you they wish they could, but they can't. So they have to live with where the prices are today. So that's what we'll be basing everything on. I've added in the top 4. So I've added in Bitcoin. This is for people who aren't watching the screen, they're just listening. I've added in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and BNB, or Binance Coin, Binance Token. I've put in their current prices, and I've put in just their previous all-time high. No hopium targets, no targets that I was, you'd want to wish for. These are just previous all-time highs, because that's really what you can only go off. Everything from there will be a hopium target. I'm not saying it wouldn't happen, but they're just hopium targets. Now, if you took that 3,500 and you had the 4 top assets, Bitcoin would have returned you, $4,500. Ethereum would have returned you 5,400, so just under 5.5. It's $1,000 on top of Bitcoin. XRP would have returned you 13,700, so just a little bit under 14,000. And BNB would have returned you 6,200. So even though you should diversify into the cryptocurrency market, and I believe you should diversify into blue chips, which these 4 are definitely blue chips, okay? You could take a bite into each one of them, depending on your risk profile and your investing goals. For me, I would look at the top 40 in general, the top 50, and I would say, okay, I'm going to break down the top 10, then between the top 20 and the top 10, then from the top 30 to the top 20, and I would see which one of those assets out of that area, out of each bracket of 10, would be the one I'm going to pick with the highest ROI, and then build a plan around that. So in this scenario, I would say, okay, XRP, irrespective if I like it, if I don't like it, because investing is just numbers and percentages. I would take XRP and I would go, okay, I'm going to build a plan around that, because it just makes sense. It blows away, even though it's had a pump recently, it still blows away Bitcoin, Ethereum, and BNB. So, and I'm not a maxi, it's just numbers right here in front of you. So then what we'd do, we'd go to the CAT, or the Crypto Accelerator Tool. Now I've already pre-filled this out because I didn't want to take too long on this video. I've already jibber-jabbed for too long. I've already added in XRP because I'm going to build a plan around that. And later on, there's a button at the below where you can email it to yourself, and that way I can file it and I'm ready to go and action my plan if my targets are hit. So I've added in my buy targets based on where we are in the market currently. I put in that 73 cents because I'm buying now. And I'm hoping, maybe, I'm ready, I'm set up, ready to go if it goes down to 70 cents, if it goes down to 67 cents, and then if it gets to 65 cents. Based on the same money that we put into the Crypto Compare tool, we're going to invest 3,500. My first investment, say now, if I was going to really action this scenario out, this plan would be 500. I put in 750, then 1,000, and if we get down to that 65, I'd invest 1,250. got ourselves 5,100 odd XRP, and we've invested that 3,500. So now our sell targets. I'm basing these sell targets now on the $7 to $13 range. This is all around crypto Twitter, and it's been targets based on Fibonacci retracements since 2019. So these figures are definitely set in stone, and there's no reason to think, especially now, there's no reason to think we are not going to hit those targets. So my first sell target will be $7. Second sell target will be $9. Third sell target will be $11. And the final sell target will be $13. You do your sell targets wherever you want. This again, it's just a scenario. My sell percent will be 10%. My first sell percent will be 10%, and that gets me my initial return on investment plus an extra $100 in my pocket. The cat shows me that once I hit that $7, I just log on to my exchange and I sell 517 XRP, and I'm going to bank profit. I always say this: take the emotion out of it, you'll make money. Okay, this is a money game. Next percent sell is 20%, because everything now is profit. I got my initial investment back. It's all profit now. Third percent sell is 50%, and my final sell is 20%. Now, you don't have to sell it all. I sell 100% in these scenarios just to show you what the possible returns on investment are. And even if you were going to sell it all, doesn't mean you're not going to buy back in. I just showed you on the charts before that at the top prices, if you sold all of the 100% of your holdings of XRP, waited till it dropped back down to that blue line, because it's going to drop back down to that blue line. How do we know that? 6.5 years worth of data has shown us that it will drop back down and potentially below that blue line. And you might take half of this, which we could run that scenario, and buy back in again, because you know it's going to go up again eventually, and there'll be higher targets next time. So again, if we invested in now with that 3,500, we had our original buy targets, put in our sell targets, we would have made ourselves $51,000 on top of our 3,500. That's a 1,460 odd percent return on investment. That is more than acceptable for where we are right now in the cryptocurrency market. It's perfectly acceptable, especially if you're just walking into the market now. That is nothing to sneeze at. You won't get the regular stock market giving you that. And you're investing in a crypto asset that has true clarity. So you can feel safe and secure that it's not going to be delisted off exchanges or any of that funny business. You can invest in it, and mark my words, we'll see these bigger players bringing out an XRP ETF in the future. There's no doubt about that. And once you can start getting it on Robinhood and PayPal and those sort of retail exchanges, getting in and out of it's going to be quick and easy. So that's how the Crypto Compare tool and the Crypto Accelerator tool work hand in hand, okay? You work out which asset has the best return on investment. Forget about its pretty color. Forget about whether you love what it's doing or whatever the case may be. It's numbers, percentages. That's all it comes down to. You work out which one has the highest likelihood of returning you the most percentage. Then you come over and use the cat to build yourself a plan. And then once those targets are hit, you just go into full-blown make money mode and sell. That's all you do, because there will be plenty of other time in the future for it to drop back down and buy into the market again, whether it be XRP or you decide you've run it through the Crypto Compare tool and then XRP doesn't stack up against something else that's entered the top 10. And that's for you to decide how to do that. And just say you're really hot on it. You've jumped into the market. You don't want to be playing around waiting any time. Let's see what the difference would be. We'll quickly zero out everything here except for today's market, because then you can objectively say, well, do I really want to wait for those targets? Because a lot of people do not have any patience whatsoever. And you're going to dump that 3,500 right now. So we'll take this down to a 0. I might cut all this out of the video so you don't see me doing this. Maybe we'll see, 0 that out. Hasn't taken that long really. 3,500 in here. You've invested it all right now. Okay, so there's that 3,500. Obviously, you've got less XRP now. You've dropped it down by 300 odd, 350 XRP. We'll keep the sell targets the exact same. We'll keep our sell percentages the exact same. You haven't quite got, actually, no, yeah, you have. You've got back your initial investment still. So that's good. So even just keeping it at that 10%, you've still got that initial investment back. And we've only dropped down really, $4,000. We are still at 1,300% ROI. If you FOMO'd in on that big green candle and you spent 3,500 in the current price now at 73 cents, you're still going to do okay. You're still going to do okay. You're not going to be losing out money. And we could probably squeeze up that 47,000 back to that, or close enough to that 51K actually. So instead of selling all at 20% here, let's just sell 10% here. Instead of rocking out 50% of our XRP there, let's say we do 30%. And we'll put our 50% as our last target. So we've still sold our 100%. And let's see if we can juice up that. Yeah, we've been able to juice that up to our 51,000. So just by playing around with that percentages, we were able to get our 51,000 back. But it still shows that you can still make a good, decent return on investment, even if you buy now in the market. And again, I know it's important to buy low, sell high. That's really important. That's how you make money in the market. But a lot of people just come into the market now and there's no one to say, hey, you are going to make money. This is how you go about doing it. And this is where I feel my objective is to help people who enter the market, have zero patience, which is most people, but they don't want to get wrecked. And I don't want you to get wrecked either. So yeah, use the Crypto Accelerator Tool. The Crypto Compare is only for members. I haven't even got the members site going yet, so you're going to have to wait for that anyway. But the Crypto Accelerator Tool, you can use for free. So anyway, that's my little wrap on XRP. I hope you guys got some value out of it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Really helps to get the video out on the YouTube algorithm. Share it with your friends and family. And yeah, if you want to use the cat, the link for that will be in the description below. You can go to cryptoaccelerator.online, click the try it now button, and yeah, use it for free. Play around with your own figures. Crypto Twitter is a great place to go to find, there are tons of people, Rob Art, there's Credible Crypto, and a host of other people that give out targets. Blockchain Back as another one that gives out targets, and you use those targets. These are really smart people, way smarter than I am, that's for sure. If you want to connect with me, I'm over there on Twitter. The link for that will be in the description below as well. You can chat to me about different price predictions, whether it's a good time to invest now or not. And just follow me over there because I release videos every other day, or normally every day except for weekends. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I do like to speculate. I do like to build out plans though, and this is kind of what I do on this channel. I look at assets and build out plans. I will be doing that over the next several days, probably the next couple of weeks. I'm going to pick apart the top 100 and use this same process where we evaluate them in Crypto Compare and then go build a plan around it. See if we can make ourselves a decent return on investment. Okay, guys and gals, cheers for listening. Until next video, trade safe, trade smart, don't gamble, go build yourself a plan.